you were willing to do more of the thing that you saw working.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. I don't know anything that I've achieved in business or in my physical body or the strength of my marriage that didn't require, like, compared to the average person doing that thing, I was just going to do more. So talk about that. Like, what did that look like for you? Was it hours? Was it activities? Was it, what was it?
Yeah, I mean, back then, I remember to this day, like I had on my social media, the quote that I had like on my profile was, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." And when I looked at the most successful people in our office or in the industry in our market, to me, they weren't working very hard. So I said, okay, well, they might be more skilled or they might know this market better than me, and they might have these advantages, but I'm going to outwork them. And I just believed in hard work. Like, that's how I was raised. That's how my dad, was. And we always had a good lifestyle. And I was trying to find that lifestyle for myself. So I just came in with the mindset that I'm going to outwork these people. And I did it. And I think it was I was willing to do anything mentality. And there's a bad side of that too, because sometimes we're doing activities that don't yield the highest value. But I remember my first deal that I did in North Carolina was a vacant piece of land that was less than 50,000 because nobody in the office would even drive out to go do it. And that led to a referral that led to a home sale. And it's like a lot of these things in real estate, if we do a good job, they will lead to better things. I remember working the short sale game, right? Like, how awful is that? You go out and you do all these broker pricing opinions. You don't even get the listing most of the times. But then I did one and I got one, and that one led to so many others, and you build a career off of that. But I think that we have to get out of this mentality of instant gratification. I'll only do if I get, and you just have to be a servant and go into this job, into this career, into your marketplace, and be willing to outwork everybody else. Because if we look at it and say, hey, the average agent does this, and we're in the market that we're in today, well, the average agent is the average of what they've been doing over the last couple of years, and that's going to get you basically pushed out of the industry. So I think we have to look at the average, and then we have to look at the top, and we have to be, I'm willing to go to the top of this activity chain and do more activity than anybody else. And you're going to get an unfair share of the marketplace if you'll have that mentality.
There's a guy that we both know. He tells this story, his first 3 years in real estate. Monday through Friday, he would have 60 meaningful conversations a day, Monday through Friday. So 300 meaningful conversations a week, expireds, FSBOs, probates, circle prospecting. So what is that? 15,000 conversations a year. And he did it for 3 years, didn't miss a day. So 45,000 meaningful conversations in a 3-year period. His first 3 years in real estate. Most agents, if you take 10 times the total meaningful conversations they have in their career, they wouldn't hit 45,000. And so now you could sort of pick on him then, and he probably wasn't good on the phone, and probably like 100 meaningful conversations to set an appointment. And then it went to 90 to 80. But now he works a 40-hour work week. He's still in production. He does about 150 listings just himself. And his team does another 300 transactions with about 8 agents, completely financially free. He still struggles a little bit with his time because he's in production, but he's got a great staff. But when you look at that, so that story is all to say, like, if you think you're struggling now, I think things are going to get worse. I think the income's going to continue to squeeze. And I think, agents will have to go through the cleansing where agents will probably get out of the market. But if you're not tracking one thing, if you could track one thing, it would be like, how many conversations do you have every day? So a 2-way conversation with a decision-making adult, that's a meaningful conversation. So a little technical there, but is there anything, and at least 20. So to kind of, about those early days, I didn't know a lot, and I wasn't like a natural salesperson, but my coach, Joey Trombley at the time, he gave me just a 1-page tracking sheet. And I think it only had like 3 or 4 things to track. But I remember it was dials, and it was manual dials because I didn't have any technology, and then meaningful conversations, and then buyer appointments set and listing appointments set. And that was like, that was the game, he said, was the whole game. If you could do this for many more hours above 12 hours a week, I think he said, you will win the game of real estate sales.